All right, guys, so I drove down to Bay St. Louis, and I'm here with professional hurricane chaser Josh Morgerman. Of course, he is world-renowned. He's been on the Weather Channel, Weather Nation, multiple different media companies over the last couple of years. And the backstory is he's built a hurricane-proof house here in Bay St. Louis, and you chase hurricanes for basically a living.
That's right.
So, and Josh has it differently than the hurricane hunters. You don't fly, you drive into the storms.
Exactly. As I say, I kind of do what the hurricane hunters do, but not in the air, on the ground. But kind of the same thing, going inside, getting in the center, and getting data.
Yeah. All right, so we asked on Facebook if you could ask a hurricane chaser anything, what would it be? And so we got a couple of questions coming in on Facebook. So Eric Snell asked, he said his son wants to know, do you live stream your chases, and if you so, do you have internet in your car?
That's a great question. So that has been sort of the move in the industry. A lot of storm chasers are now live streaming. I still do not. The reason being is I feel like when you're on a chase, you want to tell a story, and I want to pick the moments that people see, because when you live stream, a lot of it is very boring.
Mm-hmm. So someone else asked another question. I think this is a great one. Greta Smith asked, what drives you to run into the storm?
Well, that's a great question. I think basically hardcore storm chasers, ones like me that just do this as their life, I think you're born with the obsession. It's not something you develop. I think for as far back as I could remember, I was always obsessed with violent weather, always wanted to be in it, literally since I was a toddler. So it's something you're born with.
Emily asked, she said, what is the most unique place that you have tracked hurricanes to?
Probably Australia.
Really?
Yeah. I chase a lot in the northern hemisphere, so here and in East Asia. But it was interesting going down to Australia to chase a hurricane there. And by the way, they call them down there. They call them cyclones. Mm-hmm. That's what Australians call hurricanes. And I chased a cyclone in Queensland. A very sparsely populated area with nothing but sugarcane fields, and it was weird. And the weirdest thing about it is down there, they spin the other way.
A lot of viewers at our up in Hattiesburg probably want to know, if you had to do anything to protect your house, of course you have the hurricane house here, what would you recommend that they could do that would help make their house more of a fortress?
Okay, I would say three things I always talk about. One is your roof. Look at your roof. As I always say, if you're in a hurricane, if your roof stays on, you're going to be okay, but if it rips off, it's game over. So check that roof. Is it properly strapped down? Is the roofing deck sealed, everything else? Okay, next there's your windows. Okay, windows are like the Achilles heel of your house. That is how wind can get inside the house to do more damage. So that you have two options there. Either make sure you have impact windows, which won't shatter if flying debris hits them, or do what I did and have a good solid shutter system to cover them. And then finally, look at the siding on your house, okay? Make sure it's wind and impact resistant. This is one of the most important things. I went with a fiber cement siding, James Hardy. It looks like traditional wood, but it's not. But the thing is, this stuff is so hard and so impact resistant. I feel like my house has this coat of armor. So that's something I really recommend.
All right. So there you have it. We've answered your questions, and now you know what drives Josh to go into the eye of the storm.